Stick around. I'm going to tell you a story about the time a homeless guy offered to give me food. Hey, I'm John Hotchkiss, and I've been making a documentary about the homeless here in Los Angeles for the last year and maybe 2 or 3 months. And I want to tell you a story about the time I met a guy named Tim. Tim lived on an overpass. I guess he still lives there. Tim lives on an overpass above the 110 highway going south here in Los Angeles. And he's been living on this overpass for 3 years. I'm traveling south on the 110, and I look up and I see him sitting up there all alone. So I turn my car around, I get off the highway, and I drive up to the overpass. And I introduce myself. And there's Tim. As you can see, he looks a little bit like, well, Santa Claus. And I start talking to him. And he, quite frankly, he's a pretty smart guy. He was reading Benjamin Franklin's biography. And so we start talking for a bit. And I say to him that I'm going to ask him a couple of things, if he doesn't mind, that I don't ordinarily ask a stranger. And so I said to him, I said, Tim, what are you doing up here? How is it that you've ended up here? And he reaches over to the side and he picks up a pint bottle of vodka. And he says, I drink 5 of these every day. And, well, I guess that made it a little more sense about why he was living up there. So we're chatting, etc., etc. And he says to me, oh, hey, John, would you like something to eat? And I say, Tim, come on. I can't take food from you, right? You understand that. I could just get in my car and in 2 minutes, I can eat almost anything that is possible. And he says, well, I'd still like to offer you something. And I said, hold on, how is it that you even have a whole bunch of food to offer a stranger? And he says that because he's been in that same spot for such a long time, that people in the area have become to know him. And so sometimes people will drive by in the mornings and they will give him a bag with food. And on this particular morning, somebody had driven by and given him 6 cups of yogurt. And he says to me with a kind of grin that ultimately was hilarious. He says, look, I don't have a refrigerator. All of this yogurt is going to go bad, so I would like you to have one. So, a day or two later, I am telling this story to another homeless guy, a guy who I've become friendly with. And I'm saying, how is it that he could be so generous when he has so little? And my friend says to me, who is also homeless, he says, John, if that guy had come to your house, wouldn't you have offered him something to eat? Wouldn't you have offered him something to drink? Don't you see, he said? Tim was just trying to create a little moment that regular people have all the time. Now, I was in his house and he was being a generous host. I think that's something that we forget about people who are living on the street. Anyway, the documentary is called 180 Days, Homeless to Housed, with a question mark. And it covers 1 year in the life of several dozen homeless people who are living on the streets of Los Angeles. Follow along if you would like to get updates on the film and more stories like this. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.